Hello.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Morning, Adam. Morning, everyone. Or
Morning.
evening, wherever you are. Evening
Yeah.
time here. How's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
Very good. Yes. Keeping busy. I'm sure you are as well, too.
Always, yeah. For sure.
I saw recently been busy with all the Xiangs, getting all those out.
Yeah, I got finally got our DX sets. They shipped them out to us, and there was a big, I guess, winter chaotic storm in Texas. So then they got stuck there for a few days, and then FedEx actually lost the 18 pallets that we had for 2 days.
Lost 18 pallets.
They lost 18 pallets for a few days, and then found them, and we got them. I believe they've all shipped. So if anyone hasn't gotten an email that their DX set has not shipped yet, and for some reason you think that it should, there's no other pre-order item with it that might be holding up or something like that, just send us over an email or something like that, and we'll take a look at it and get it out.
Right. Yes. Important note there that there's no other pre-orders within the same order, right?
Right.
As we always find out, that's what trips people up. But yeah, very cool kit. I'll give everyone and you, I don't think I've talked to you about this either, but to give everyone just kind of, while we're on the topic, a little preview as to what I wanted to do with mine, because I was trying this out. What I wanted to do, because I don't like the head on it, so I wanted to give it just a Zaku 2 head, sort of similar to like the Saikomu Zaku.
Yep.
Has like the similar arms. The problem is the Zaku head is really tiny. But I think I'm just gonna go for it anyway, because it still looks cool. I mean, it looks ridiculous in a way, but I mean, like, considering that if it's just supposed to be like a Xiang like test unit kind of thing is how I can like make it look, then you know, I mean, they're both in the same scale. So I mean, like in canon, the scale is right, that it would just be like a Zaku head just stuck on there just for a test. So it makes sense well enough, I think, right? Yeah. And yeah, other stuff like the Apsilus was kind of similar. Big, massive thing with the little Zaku head on it.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, very cool. And just got that here. So I just need to basically make a connection between the head and the body. Yeah. So very cool. What else you got there?
Got a few things. So obviously, we got the real grade Xiangs in the normal version. So I have plenty of those in stock. So get them if you guys want them. Got these in the Shadow edition. We got the Archer, and then the Ninja actually fell on the other side of my desk. So, but we got both those in.
Yes, and I got the built versions for you guys to see, so I'll be reviewing these here in the near future. So they're very cool. Yeah, really cool color schemes. I actually picked them up previously, but now that I'd seen that you guys got them in store, it's a perfect chance to review them. But yeah, really cool. As far as like new parts, let me see. Was keeping a mental note of that, but yeah, I don't remember if they come with any different parts offhand. I don't think so. Like the alloy versions came with different parts a little bit, but these versions I don't think. I think they're just recolored. So, but they're in like dark two-tone purple with gold accents. Really cool. Yeah, they're nice.
And then also, go on. You got more?
Oh no, I was just gonna mention about the clear parts for the kit. The parts on other versions of the kit, like the blade parts, on they're different colors depending on the different versions of the kit. But the blade parts are all in molded silver for these versions.
Nice.
If anyone's wondering, I think like they were in like clear fluorescent, like reddish color for like the alloy version, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, go on.
Cool. Also, just got the Rage Nuclean new backpacks, and what's kind of cool is they put our Apex logo on the it's on the box and on the instruction manual. Now we did just get the packaging for this. We should be getting the all the plastic parts and model pieces in hopefully today and tomorrow, and then we actually build them here. We put them all in the boxes and stuff, and then we'll get them all shipped out. So if you haven't ordered one, they'll be here any day. Yeah.
Build as in just putting the contents into the box.
Yes. We're not gonna build them for you. Yeah. It's a lot cheaper shipping wise to break it all down. And we can fit it all into I think we're getting like 20 boxes. We're getting 2,000 pieces of them, but we'll put them all into, when broken down, you can go into 20 boxes versus, 200 boxes. So it helps with the shipping price and getting the price down for people to buy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to take a while. All those box stuff, but hey.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, so that's something else that will also be reviewed by me. I have mine here as well too. Awesome. So I'll be reviewing that in the near future for you guys if you want to wait to see the review of it before you end up buying it. But I mean, that's been out for a little while, and I think there's been like a couple of different versions of it basically. But so I'm sure there's probably some reviews out there, or if you might know someone that already has it too as well too. Right, it's pretty cool. Anything else coming in recently? There hasn't really been a whole lot really coming out.
Not a whole lot. What's nice is we have a whole bunch of stuff that's sitting at the port of California, and I think it's San Diego or San Francisco, one of those ports. The port's just a little backlog, so hopefully in the next week or so we'll get a whole bunch, big restock on a whole bunch of Bandai kits. Tons of like the Chinese manufactured kits that we've been getting. We'll be restocking all the ATK girls. I believe the Iron Man kit and the Rescue will be in. All of our detail parts, a lot of stuff is just kind of sitting there. And then Bandai yesterday gave us our container that we'll be getting in April. So we'll have, there's that. It's almost going to be about 2 containers that we'll be getting in April. So Bandai's revving it up. So the dry spout should probably end here pretty shortly for Gundam Kits anyways.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, at least for new stuff coming out. I mean, like it really feels like it's just been forever since we had any new Gundam Kits come out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Weird. Our April container will have the Cassie and Penelope set. The Masquerade Jin is in that container. The 30-minute mission, was it the Ninja? I forget the name of it, but it's the Ninja looking one. And a few other. There's 2 Pokeblock kits in there. So a bunch of new stuff in that April container. Not so much. I think there's 1 or 2 things. The green Hello Kitty Zaku is in the March stuff, just waiting to get over to us. It's already here, sitting on a container ship there. The port. So
the Nightingale doesn't come out until a little bit later, right?
Yeah, that's not. I don't even think they've announced the date that's coming out yet. I haven't even been able to order them yet. So
interesting. Yes, and Andrew has a good question there too about the Barbatos LED kit.
Yep, those are already. Let me not lie to you. Give me a second. Pretty sure they've shipped out to us.
Yes, it's just on the note of the Masquerade Barbatos. If you guys are following my Instagram page, I just posted a picture earlier today that I was working on the review for the metal parts set for the frame. You guys aren't really going to be able to see much because all the armor's on now, but so I believe you guys should be getting pretty soon. I think the release day is like the 20th. So I got what I ended up getting was like a sort of like a prototype set of those anyway, just for testing out and reviewing. So you guys should see my video on that probably tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, so just to give you guys my thoughts on a pretty cool set. And then the LED set looks pretty cool as well too.
Yeah, those have shipped out to us. So LED sets will be coming too. And then Mike there had a question. Yes, a bunch of older kits are getting restocked here, which is nice. Yep.
So before we get into the questions, just one last thing about the giveaway today. Do you have that there on hand?
I left that downstairs.
Okay, that's okay.
But we do have it.
Yeah. Well, just to clarify too, for those of you guys who did post your questions on either the community tab, the Facebook page, or the Instagram page ahead of time, then we'll draw the winner at the end of the show from one of those. And I should clarify that the kit is the master grade version, not the real grade version. It's kind of hard to tell by just looking at the photo because they look very similar, of course, but it's the Trans Am special coating version of the 00 Quanta master grade kit. It's an expensive kit. Well, I was just trying to pull an image to make the thumbnail. I checked it on eBay and it was going for like $100, something like that on eBay plus shipping. It's like, those special coating kits.
They are pricey.
So it's a good prize
Yep.
for the winner. Lucky prize. Let's go ahead and check out some of the questions then here, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's start off
There's a
on
lot.
YouTube. There is. Let's see. 89 on Facebook, 132 on Instagram, and 81 on YouTube.
Yep. And we will get to as many as we can, guys.
Yes. Right. I know. All right. Mike asked, I'm starting off on the YouTube community tab here. Mike asked, is it just me or does G Gundam need some 2.0 love? Yes. I'll cut it in before Adam can answer that one. Yes.
I think it does too, honestly. It's been a long time since they've actually made. I mean, they did the high res kit, but I think everything else is so old. And they did a reprint last year, early last year, of most of the 144 skill kits too. But
like the HDs or the non-grade ones?
The non-grade ones. I think we have some still in stock, but yeah, they did a reprint of some of those 144th non-grade ones. And they haven't done a reprint of like the 100 no grade ones in forever. And a lot of the master, well, there's only
like the super mode ones. I know, like that's one I'd seen a couple months ago when we had that post asking people for what they'd like to see reprinted. A few people brought that up about the super mode versions.
Yep, and those were sent in. So, but we did that. When did we do? We did that before the fallout of the world, didn't we?
So, that post about that?
Yeah. What?
It was just a few months ago. Had to be not that long ago, like November at the latest.
Oh, well then, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pretty recently.
What I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, it's not that. I know it seems like a long time ago.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did get that, that list, and I know they appreciated that. So hopefully they do something with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. We did have with Build Fighters, they reused like some parts of the HG God Gundam for a couple different kits, right?
Yeah.
So like they have kind of seen some use on a few new kits a little bit, but yeah, definitely, I agree. We could definitely use some new HGs. The HGs that exist now, I wouldn't necessarily want to like revive or 2.0 versions of the HGs. I think they're probably fine.
Yeah.
But some more of the HGs of some of the other suits that haven't got kits, like the Bolt Gundam, the Maxter, and the Rose Gundam, for example. Yeah, some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Cool. I think based on what they're doing now with the making their way through the Wing series mobile suits, that they might then start, eventually get their way into like G Gundam and do the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Ricky B said, when are the old MG Wing 0 Verka coming back in stock?
That is in our April container. So
there you go.
I would assume soon. Actually, I think before then too. No, April container.
The original Wing Verka.
Right. Yeah.
T-Bird said, any news on the Neozeong?
Yes, that should be here. Supposedly our March stuff that's sitting off the port, supposedly.
Ooh.
So
a year later?
Yeah, fingers crossed on that one, guys. Fingers crossed on that one.
But you haven't got any manifest for anything for that yet?
No, because they switched from we were getting containers directly from Bandai. When they do that, they give us the manifest of what's in that container that we're getting. They stopped doing that middle of last year, probably around April-ish, pretty much when everything started falling out, and they started they couldn't really get stuff. Then I take that back. We did get one container halfway through the last year because Bluefin was shut down. But then they started shipping stuff to Bluefin to send to us. And when they do that, we don't get a manifest because it's not a container solely for us. We just get the invoice when Bluefin ships us the stuff. So then we know a week ahead of time that we're actually getting the stuff versus a month ahead of time what we're actually getting filled. So it is going back to containers now. So it's nice to know a month ahead, hey, this is exactly what we're getting in. This is exactly what's in that container. And, we can put stuff up for back order if people want fully. I know we have a few things up now, but that's based on what Bluefin says is going to be here. So, and more popular items type thing.
Very good.
Yeah. I don't know if that answers that or not.
Oh, yeah. And Rex said, I know Bandai can be finicky about which standard releases kits they print every month. Are there any good ways to get our voices heard if we're looking for a reprint of something specific, or do we just wait and hope they'll do it on a whim or abruptly ask like a couple months back?
Yeah, there's a few ways you can go about it. Probably the best way is let us know. We have a call with Bandai usually once every 2 months or once a month, depending. And they're awesome. They're always asking for feedback, always asking what they can do to help, what's in demand, what kits do you think we would sell very well. They'll ask, they'll give us prototype images of different things and say, do you think this will do good or not? So they ask for a lot of feedback from us as I'm sure not just from USA Gundam. I'm sure they ask for other stores too, and they get that information. But to answer that question, the best thing to do is let your local store or us know, and we can move that information up. And just like how they had asked before, is there any kits that you want to get remade? We just talked about that. That's that's them reaching out to us as a community saying, hey, what have we not made in a while that you guys would like to get reprinted? There's all this popular stuff and new stuff we're making over and over again, but what is some of the old obscure things that we haven't done in a while?
Have you tried tweeting at them?
Have I? No, I've never tweeted at them.
No, I mean, right as a suggestion to his comment, maybe try tweeting at them. Who knows? Daniel asked, have you ever considered making a video about color theory? I suppose this is a question for me. I think it would be helpful resources when deciding what colors to choose for painting. I think I did a video a few years back, I think, or at least I remember talking about this at some point, about getting ideas for colors from shoes as an example. Because that's actually Sungdong recommended that to me. Gundam Lab, a Korean YouTuber, and friend of mine here. He said he looks at shoes for color ideas. It's a good idea.
It is.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could do a video about color theory because I don't really necessarily know that I could explain the theory that well. It's just kind of, I guess, maybe I have like a kind of sense for it, I guess, but it would be hard to explain. Like I'm not like trained in that. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, maybe I can try it, but I mean, like it's just basic color theory. I mean, you can just Google color theory and you'll get like an image results with all these color theory graphs and stuff. Like you can find lots of information about that pretty easily. Another good hint, though, I will just say about that quickly is that a really good, easy way to do is just like, say, if you have a Gundam and you want to change the colors of it, just keep all the same color placement and just swap the colors. So like the RX-782, change all the red parts to green and then change all the blue parts to yellow or whatever like that. So like the placement of where all the colors are will be exactly the same. It's an easy way to not mess it up by sometimes people place the color placement strangely, and it's kind of confusing for your eyes when looking at the kit like that. Josh and I talk about this a lot on Plamono Trend when we're looking at kits and stuff. So that's a good, easy way to do it when you want to change the colors. All right. Jason said, what was the kit that gave you your first sense of plastic crack?
Probably the first kit I built would be the no grade 1/100 red frame. But I don't know, that's an interesting question because I know watching the show made me want to go buy the stuff, buy the kit. So I don't know, for me, it might have just been actually watching it and be like, I want one of those, and then seeing the commercials a long time ago when Gundam Wing was here in the States, that's probably what gave me the actual drive to go, I want it. But the first kit that I actually built, believe it or not, was none of those Wing kits. It was the no grade 1/100 red frame that
actually a pretty nice kit.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of those, Astray type no grade 100s were good.
Shoot, yeah, I don't know. For me, actually, maybe it was like the master grade unicorn. I want to say maybe, because like I built some of those. Like the first few kits that I built was like a long time ago, and then I basically didn't build anything for a few years, like going through high school and then into college. And it was only when I went to Japan for the first time, like when I was in college, and I went over to Japan and bought a bunch of kits there, including the master grade unicorn, because it was right after that. And the Shinanju had both recently come out, so I picked up both of them at that time. There, the original Verkas, and probably the two of those kits. I mean, then I loved those. Those were tons of fun to build at that time. And then after graduating college, I came here where kits were much more available. So I think, I was really excited about it at that time. Yeah. And had I not gone to Japan at that time and bought a bunch of kits, I might not have like gotten back into it as a hobby. So I guess that could be it. Zeki said, when will the Judge restock be available?
So they are available right now for April, May, I believe, if I remember correctly. We were able to get a decent amount more. I know that factory told us 2 of the molds that are used to make the parts are cracked, and they're not sure they're going to replace those molds and make another set. So I know that's why the price has kind of gone up for everybody around the world. But yeah, we weren't sure we were going to get any more to be able to sell. And that factory did say they had some more, so we got as many as we could. So there
have those already sold out again, or you still have some available?
Yeah, we still have a few available. There's not very much left. I think there was like 10 left last I looked. So if you want one, put it in. Yeah, they are. Yeah. It's really good kit from all the reviews I see. Your review, it looked awesome. I'm excited to get one myself.
Yeah, it's very nice. Definitely. Jose said, when will we have a Talgi sticker?
I don't know. You guys have to vote on it. Oh, I guess I should put it into a vote for you guys to vote.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I know that April's, I think Zach will like a lot. And I think a lot of people will actually like it a lot. But then May, we can put the Talgies in for the vote for May.
Yeah, there you go. But which version of the Talgies now?
Yeah. Maybe we should put all 3 and let people vote on which one.
Yeah, right. Just choose which version of the Talgies. There you go. Because you usually have 3 options, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Easy. All right. Jesta said, is the MGV2 getting reprinted soon?
I believe so. I think they were in for March. Yes. Yep. They should be here. So that means they're sitting at the port there.
There you go. Coming soon.
Yep.
All right. Gabrielle asked a kind of difficult one to answer. I don't know if we'll be able to do this one, but so what's your favorite kit from each grade? SD, HG, RG, MG, PG.
Okay. I haven't built any SDs personally, so I don't really have an SD one.
Yeah, we talk about HG and MG all the time, so why don't we just do SD, RG, and PG, the ones we maybe don't talk about quite as often?
Yeah, so SD, I haven't built any, so
pass.
Pass.
RG?
RG, I would say the red frame. I did enjoy that a lot, and I haven't built many real grades, so I don't know. But I like the red frame. I've built the Unicorn, Banshee, the Mark II, the Titans one, and I built the Sinanju. So those are out of those real grades. I like the red frame the most. And then did we say Master Grade? Master Grade would be the Sunstein. PG. I liked the Strike Perfectability one a lot, and I haven't built the RX-78 Unleashed. I mean, I didn't keep one for myself just because there was very limited, so I just kind of, I'll get one eventually. I know a lot of people probably like that, but out of all of them I built, and I built almost all of them, I did like the Strike Perfectability one a lot.
The Perfect Strike, you mean?
Yeah, Perfect Strike. Thanks. I'm thinking, was it Unicorn Perfect?
Unicorn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Perfect Strike I liked a lot, and I liked it because it was more posable than most of your other perfect grades. I think the red frame would be second just because of that too. The red frame's extremely posable too in perfect grade. So that's me.
Exia as well is really nice.
Yeah.
Pricier, so
Yeah.
a bit of a trade-off. Yeah, I would agree. As far as RGs go too, yeah, probably maybe the Sazabi, maybe my favorite RG. It's so nice too. SD, basically any of the SD, any of the SD cross silhouette kits that I've built are all really nice. The Barbatos Lupus Rex is super fun. The Nightingale is really nice as well too, because it's a nice version of the Nightingale that doesn't take up all your shelf space.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are both really nice. Peterson said, "Have you listened to the Richie Branson Gundam rap?"
Yes.
No, for me, I don't know. It sounds familiar. Like I've seen people mention something about that, but I don't think I have. We'll have to check it out later.
Yeah.
Mark asked, as a noob to customizing my Gunpla, what is a Photoetch part and how would you use it?
What is a Photoetch part and how would you use it? Was that the question?
Yes.
So Photoetch part is I guess he just wants the definition. It's a small little metal part that is etched out of metal for detailing, or I mean, they use etching metal for all sorts of stuff, but for us, it would be just adding detail to kits. I personally like using the they're called Ocean Spirits. I thought I had some up here, but apparently I don't. So the Ocean Spirit, if you just go and look at like etched detail on our site or metal etched, they're Ocean Spirits, and they've got tons of different ones, and they're just little parts, like little vents and thrusters and different like panels and stuff. The way I put them on is gel super glue with a toothpick. So I'll just put a little bit on a toothpick and put that on the part, and then stick it on that way. But you can paint them. You just use metal primer. But they add a lot of detail. And then there's also sets too that they make specifically for certain kits that you can add on a lot of detail into certain kits too.
Yes, I've not done a video specifically about using Photoetch parts, but I've used them in a few different kits. So if you watch like the watch my HG Messer work in progress video, I know in that one, it's a pretty recent one, I definitely showed and talked about applying them. Yeah, putting them on with super glue. And the thing is, you just have to use very, very, very tiny amount of super glue because it doesn't take much. But yeah, like Adam said, they're just parts that are just cut out of very thin metal. It's just like it's a super thin metal sheet. Yes. So let's see. Firefly Gunpla. What? Something else you want to?
No. I was just gonna say, like you're saying, use a fine amount. Definitely, like I said, I like using the gel super glue, and you just use a toothpick to dip it in it, and then use that to dab it on the part. Will go a long way than trying to squirt it on your kit.
Oh yes. Don't apply it.
Don't do that.
Yeah. When you're putting on your photo etch parts, don't put the super glue from the bottle directly onto either the photo etch part or the plastic. Put it somewhere in between where you can, really control how much glue is going on where you need it.
Yeah.
Firefly said, "Is every USA Gundam Store employee a builder, or are there employees who've never built a kit before?"
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. So we employ a bunch of different people from different backgrounds, and not all of them are builders. We have, I think all of them now have at least built a kit, but no, not all of them. Like, I don't even think some of them don't even like Gunpla. I think a lot of them will mind anime. Some of them might not even like anime. But it's interesting because they get this, depending where they work, a lot of them can decorate their packing stations or their offices or their little cubicles, things like that. So, we've got employees that have tons of anime stuff. We've got employees that have, Predator on their thing.
Mm-hmm.
We've got all sorts of different things. So I guess the short answer to that is no, not all of them build. But they all like different things. I mean, I think we're all nerds at heart, honestly.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. J said, when is the MG Sazabi coming back?
MG Sazabi.
Let's assume he's talking about the Verka.
Yeah. We've got a bunch actually in a truck heading to us.
Oh.
So that'll fill most of the back orders. And then there's some in the container that is waiting to get unloaded and sent to Bluefin and then Bluefin to us. And then there's more in the April container, which will come from Bandai directly to us. So we have a whole bunch. I think there's a few thousand of them coming. But there's a bunch coming. So that hopefully, they'll come in stages. So usually if we have something up for back order, if you get in that back order early, you'll get it usually like the first next shipment. And then, if you order a little bit later, you might get it the later shipment or the second part of that shipment. We order so much now that they can't usually fit it all in this one truckload. So usually they'll come in different truckloads, throughout the next few weeks. So, yep.
Yes. There you go. Let's see. Gabriel, this is the same one as before, Gabriel. And a second question here. Any update on the Ava 01 stock? I'm assuming he's talking about the RG.
Yeah, same thing. Same exact answer. We have a bunch coming in different stages.
All right. Then Farid said, hey, I got a question. What is the kit you're most looking forward to building this year? Also, what are your thoughts about the Gundam Mark V? Well,
I wish the Mark V was a regular release, but I am excited to build that one. Probably, if not the most, it would come second to the real grade Hainu. I'm actually pretty excited about that kit. I like that design a lot. So those would be my two that I'm excited most for. And then, if I could have told Bandai, which I probably did tell Bandai, make that a regular release, I would have begged and pleaded.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it's probably the Mark V. It's probably the one that I'm most excited to build. I'm very much looking forward to that. But other than that, I mean, the Cassie will be interesting, but I feel like it'll probably be pretty similar to building the Penelope for the most part.
The Mark V is not a Verka, correct?
Yeah, strangely.
What's interesting too, though, is the last few Verkas, they'll release information and stages on it and show different pictures. They're doing that with the Mark V. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like they had the video, and then so they're building it up, but they're building it up for a P Bandai kit, which is I don't know.
Yeah, it is strange.
And
it basically in every way seems like it should be a Verka, except for whatever reason they're not putting the Verka label on. And I think we maybe mentioned something about this before. Did we talk about this, or maybe it's with Josh? But I'm guessing that maybe the only reason that it's not a Verka is that it's from Gundam Sentinel, so maybe they can't put that Verka label on something from Gundam Sentinel because they haven't. And
the Faz isn't from. I mean, they're.
Oh yeah, there's that. So okay. Well, never mind. Then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I knew I was forgetting something. Well, so I don't know. Maybe
it's weird.
Yeah.
They have reasons.
It's a totally new build. I don't know, because the Faz. Well, it's based off of the Double Zeta, but still.
Yeah.
And interestingly, they have not ever released just a full armor Double Zeta Gundam.
Yeah, I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure that'll be a P Bandai release sometime.
They're just keeping that in their pocket for whenever they need a little bit of cash inflow.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Also, very much looking forward to the Nightingale as well too. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
I'm excited. I'm interested. Not excited. I'm interested to see how big that box is that it comes in.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Mark said, do you all have an upcoming news about new Digimon kits that haven't been revealed yet? So,
if I had news, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, right, right. If we knew, we couldn't say. But I have seen that a few people mentioned about that recently, talking about wanting Bandai to continue making some more Digimon kits. So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe they will.
Yeah, I mean they've started pumping out a few of them, and they're very good sellers. So I don't know why they wouldn't continue. So I'm sure they will continue. I would think. I mean, unless for some reason they do they own that, or do they license that out, Digimon?
That's a good question. I don't know if like Bandai Sunrise owns Digimon. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat will answer, I'm sure.
Yeah, if they don't, I'm sure they'll do it until the licensing runs out. Or they can always renew the licensing and keep doing it.
Sure. Let's see. We'll take a few more here from YouTube, then we'll switch over to Instagram. Xeon Remnant said, "Will we ever see a Master Grade Atlas Gundam?"
Maybe.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, maybe is kind of the only thing you can say.
Yeah.
I would think that it would definitely be cool, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know. Thunderbolt seemed like a thing where they put out a lot of kits while Thunderbolt was going on. Now that it's done, they're not really too concerned about putting out Thunderbolt kits. I don't think that means that we'll never see any more new Thunderbolt kits. We might in the future at some point, but
yeah. I'm sure at some point we would get one, just because. But I mean, the question is when we would get it. I think more than if we'll get one. But I think that's the same answer for a lot of kits, is just when we'll get it versus if they'll ever do it.
All right, and then Salt Lo-Fi said, "What is your favorite scene in Gundam?"
My favorite scene
in the anime.
Oh, I have a few of them. Yeah. I'll go to something maybe that's not maybe some people's favorite, but one of my favorite. Getting back into it after Gundam Wing. So Gundam Wing had a lot for me when I was a kid, but kind of fell out of Gundam after that kind of ended, and then all the model kits and toys stopped selling here in the States. But then when Gundam Seed came back, probably my favorite scene in Gundam Seed is when I think it was a Jin was about to shoot through the Archangel bridge, and then all of a sudden there's that Freedom Gundam saving the day. So that was pretty cool.
Totally opposite direction from what I was going to say.
So that's that. You've got your wing ones and stuff like that where it tears up the little invitation, pretty much says F you to her. So But
no, I was gonna say, when you mentioned favorite scene from Gundam Seed, honestly, the scene that I remember that like really struck me was actually not any mobile suits related at all. Was when Kira meets Atherin like at the fence.
Yeah,
you remember that scene?
Yep.
That was really memorable to me, where like they didn't know that, or he didn't know that he was fighting against his friend, right? And then they meet and realize it. It's that whole kind of thing. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Another thing that was kind of go on.
No,
you go first. I was going to say too, maybe another dumb thing in Seed that I remember most is when I forget his name, the pilot of the Blitz. He died, and then like after, he was all like he played the piano, and I was like, oh man, that was his buddy.
That was one of the kind of more cheesy moments, right?
Yeah.
No, probably my favorite scene has got to be the 8th MS team versus Goof Custom.
Oh yeah, that's like a good best.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Actually, someone just mentioned it in the chat there as well too.
Yeah,
a couple people. It looks like definitely that's got to be one of the best ones. But there's definitely a lot of scenes in Unicorn that I really like as well too. The whole Shamblo attack segment is really cool. I really liked Lonnie Garvey's character. She's barely in it at all, but it's a really cool character, I thought, just for that very brief appearance, who piloted the Shamblo.
Yeah.
I mean the whole Torrington assault sequence was amazing too. Just all the battle and all the cameos with all the older mobile suits and things.
Yeah.
And you had the Zaku sniper shooting from the airplane. That was super cool. So I mean, there's a lot of really great scenes in Unicorn as well too.
Oh, yeah.
I really loved too when Merida saves Banager from flying out the back of the plane when they're like under attack. Not when they're in their mobile suits, but like the ship they're in, or whatever. I don't know. It's being attacked, and Banager like almost flies out, and Merida grabs him. Yeah, love Merida. Best. She's the best. All right, let's switch it over to Instagram here and see what we've got. Let's see. Geo Builds said, any plans for more USA Gundam Store tools, possibly an airbrush, question mark?
Probably not an airbrush anytime soon, to be honest. There
are
other
piles?
Yeah. Those are probably in the works here. I mean, we've talked about like sanding sponges and stuff. Maybe not necessarily files, but that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I know that there's a nipper cover. When them like leather, leather, like fake leather covers, like all the other ones.
Leather.
Yeah. Those have actually already been shipped to us, so we'll be getting those soon. I think we're kind of more working on more detail parts and more add-on stuff for Gundam right now. Like we're getting that whole Apex line of the 3D detail parts done and getting new ones out. But yeah, I'm sure more tools will come.
There's only so much that you can do with tools, right?
Yeah, I mean, you get your basic tools, like your nipper, your part separator, your hobby knife, things like that. I mean, you can then start getting to more obscure tools.
Yeah. Like a circle cutter or something like that.
Yeah, but then you're investing a decent amount of money to make a bunch of those versus how many you're going to sell. Your trade-off and return on investment starts to kind of slow down. You start making those when you've really got nothing else to make because all your other stuff's doing so well, but you got to put money into something, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
And maybe some other supplies as well too, something like pre-cut camo masking tape or something like that sort of thing.
Yeah,
could definitely be cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Patrick said, which upcoming kits are you most excited for? We kind of already talked about that, so we'll just skip that for now. Mecha Skyfish said, what did your partners think of your passion for model kits when you first started the hobby versus what do they think about it now?
I'm assuming he means like girlfriends, partners.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Or whoever you want to date.
Our wives.
Right. Yeah. So when I got started into Gundam, I wasn't with my wife. I was with somebody else, and they thought it was stupid. So I really didn't care what they thought, and I still did it. My wife she doesn't think it's super cool. I don't know I know she doesn't dislike it because she's built different things. I think the last time she built though was the last time we had a hurricane here, and there was nothing to do. But she still built something. But yeah, I don't think she thinks it's dumb or anything. I think she just thinks it's something to do when you're bored type thing. So yeah, she doesn't care really for it or against it.
I back obviously when I started, I wasn't with my wife. When I started, I don't know if I was even dating at the time. I've been pre girlfriends or like first maybe a couple of girlfriends around that time, but kind of a little bit later on, I guess, like at that time I said like when I went to Japan in college, and that's like kind of when I got back into it after being into it when I was younger, like before high school. At that time, like the girlfriend that I was dating at that time was just kind of ambivalent. Yeah, like you said, she wasn't interested in it, but she didn't like judge me or get excited about it either one way or the other. And my wife's kind of basically the same. When I started doing YouTube was like about a year before we got married. And yeah, it was just kind of a side thing. I did get into a period where I was spending too much time doing that, and so that caused some tension. We fought a little bit about that. Not that I was like, no, you need to let me do it. It's just more like she was getting mad at me. Not like a fight, a one-way fight, basically, I should say. So I mean, it was just a good wake-up call. I mean, I just kind of didn't really notice, that I was maybe neglecting her a little bit at that time. So that was my bad, but I'm sure a lot of you guys who are married have probably had similar conversations at one point or another. Yeah. And I feel that's probably not even almost solely dedicated to this hobby. Anyone with any sort of hobby, I'm sure probably finds themselves in that situation at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I think it might go to a point too, like a lot of hobbies, you don't want to make them to where you're, you might not even realize, I don't realize when I'll get into something and like, I'm into like the drones, like, FPV and stuff right now. I'll spend hours just reading crap on that. And then, I'm not spending any time with my family. So just, I guess being conscious to do that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And it was good that we kind of figured that out for the most part before my kids were born as well too. So like we talked about this, I think, in the last episode or the time before as well too. Just about like time management, just having a family. Like if there's any time like when I could be with my family, I'm never here. I'm only working like during the day when my kids are at school. Whenever my wife's working, then I work, or at night when they're just sleeping, then I work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, it's basically the same. My wife is fine with it now because she's, it's how I make my living now too. So she's not interested in it at all. 0%. She like has very basic knowledge about what things are. So we were watching, this is kind of just a very off on a tangent a little bit here for a moment, but we've been watching Friends recently. Okay. And there was an episode we were watching just the other day, and they were mentioned something about like, how would you grade someone, and say like, oh, he's an A or something like that. Yeah. So I just jokingly asked my wife, how would you grade me? And she said, you'd be an HG or MG. She knew that was the grade.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Not expecting that at all. That's about the extent of her knowledge. She knows vaguely what grades are. And that's about it.
There you go.
All right. Anyway, interesting question, Mike. Thanks for that one.
Yeah.
Zero said, will USA Gundam Store ever get a 1-to-1 scale model?
Probably not.
So it's in like maybe a ball. Maybe we could build a ball. Yeah, it'd still be pretty large, but maybe a 1-to-1 scale Haro can build that.
Well, no, they haven't built that, right? No. Yeah. What was the Figurize? What is that scale?
It's not 1-to-1.
No,
but
it's close.
They did put out a 1-to-1 scale Haro thing, but it was like something else. It wasn't. I don't remember what it is. Maybe someone in the chat knows. It wasn't a model kit though. But you could buy a 1-to-1 scale Haro. It was just like some display thing. It's kind of similar note here. Asian Isolation said, how big would Apex be in real life?
So I've had this question a lot, and I always envisioned him being, like your little sidekick you have where there's a camera.
Similar like a Haro.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe a little bit bigger than a Haro. So that's what I always pictured him to be. But then we've had art with my cats in him, so he would have to be bigger for that. So I don't know, probably 2-3 feet, I guess. Something like that.
Kind of like an R2D2 kind of size.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Or like Wally kind of size.
Yeah, Wally I think that'd be perfect size because 2 cats could fit in Wally. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that works.
All right, here. Light Yagami said, what is your favorite Gundam series or mecha series? We've talked about our favorite Gundam series a bunch. Why don't we just answer what's your favorite non-Gundam mecha series if you have one?
Yeah, that's a good one. And I haven't watched a ton of mecha series, believe it or not. So was it Verka 7? I like that a lot. But that might just because it's one of those very limited. I like Full Metal Panic a lot. I would probably go with more lean towards Full Metal Panic. There was another series. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, I don't know. So I would go with Full Metal Panic. I did like. I mean, it's not a series, but I mean, the Armored Core video game was always awesome for me. But that's not really anything you watch. The more you play that,
just
yeah.
Armored Core cutscenes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Armored Core Super Robot Wars also had some pretty awesome cutscenes.
Yeah, it did.
With all types of mecha in there as well too.
Yep.
I remember. I think like I vividly remember that Super Robot Wars animation with the crossbone ripping off the cape.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, for me, maybe Big O or Evangelion. Again, Evangelion, whether you want to classify that as mecha or not, but yeah, Evangelion definitely, or Big O, I suppose.
Yeah,
I've not actually seen all that much anime in general outside of Gundam and Evangelion and Dragon Ball. That's basically it.
Yeah.
All right. Don is asking for an MG Ava. Do you think we'll get some sort of MG?
I'll see why not. I'm sure in the future. I'm sure we will. Yeah.
I like Sean's question there in the chat. How does one get a wife? Any pre-orders? Well, actually, right outside, right here in our neighborhood, I always see there's flyers posted for basically that. It's a kind of thing here in Korea. People get wives like from Southeast Asia, other countries, Vietnam or something. Yeah,
that's interesting. It's like a mail order bride type thing. I mean,
basically, yes, kind of, sort of the thing where, out of the Philippines as well too, where they kind of set you up dating as like it's basically sort of like a trial period kind of thing, and it's sort of like the TV show 90 Day Fiance, except where imagine they don't know each other before she comes here. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, as I understand it, it's mostly for like, usually they end up getting married to like guy farmers here, or like people who are maybe not in a job that's very desirable for women to want to marry that type of person. Like farming or construction, that kind of thing, where maybe they have a hard time finding a woman who wants to marry someone in that particular field. Anyway, we won't get too much into that. All right, Rudar said, why is there so much hate towards Gundam Wing? I don't know that there is.
Yeah, not that I know here in the U.S. I think most people in the U.S. love Gundam Wing. I would be willing to say more people love it than anywhere close to hate it. Yes,
I just want to quickly give a big shout out here. I'll come back to that. To Philip for mentioning Voices of a Distant Star as an anime. Anime that I like. Man, that is getting very obscure, so big thumbs up on that one. Yeah, that's amazing. I wouldn't have even actually thought about that, but that's from the the anime movie that's been really popular lately, Your Name. It's like his first movie that he did. Basically, like he and his wife made the entire movie by themselves.
Wow.
Like all the voice acting and all the animation, everything, all the story. It's pretty amazing. It's very cool.
That sounds cool.
On a side note, but yeah, Gundam Wing. Yeah, I think there's a lot of love for Gundam Wing. It's mostly nostalgia. I think I've had this experience, and maybe you've had, and others I know a lot of people have this experience where you go back and watch it later as an adult and realize that the anime is really not that good, but you still have that nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's really that much hate towards it though, really. I mean, people just acknowledging that the series is not that great.
Yeah.
Will there be more background kits like the 1/44 scale hanger?
Background. like staging type.
Yeah, it's like hanger type kits, things like that.
Yeah, I would think Bandai would make more. I'm assuming she's asking if companies will make them. So I know the one we're getting. Maybe they're talking about. I don't know if it's a she. I don't know why I went to write to she's. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm thinking he, but yeah.
Okay, they might be talking about the like the hangar base we're getting, from the Chinese factories. So yeah, I mean, if they make it, we'll take it. I know they base that one off of the metal structure new. And then there's other parts that they're supposed to make that will add on to that they're supposed to be coming as well for it. But Bandai's made 30-minute mission stuff. Has hangar. I mean, some of it's I like the hangar base they made for the 30-minute mission stuff. I don't like the little circles that are like right in the middle of the detail like that. That just, but
pretty badly
right.
molded in its design.
Yeah, but it's made to be cheap.
Right.
So and then I think they're making buildings and stuff like Damaged City buildings
right.
and stuff like
or
that.
Like
so,
to make it look like your kits are flying over the buildings, right?
Yeah. So I'm sure more of that will come. I saw on a Facebook post, and I didn't really look into it to see if it was true, that Bandai registered 30-minute sisters or something like that.
Yes, that's been floating around. Yeah, I don't know how factual that is either.
Yeah, so I don't know, and I don't have no clue what that would look like if it is real. So.
Yeah, it is kind of amazing that there's not been any company that's really been putting out more kind of hangar stuff, because Kotobukiya makes some stuff, but they don't make it that often, and they're kind of expensive. And Wave, same kind of thing.
Right.
They don't really make very much of that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other companies here and there that make some, but it seems like people would probably buy that up pretty well. Let's see. Are you guys going to make another sticker pack?
Yeah. The next one should be probably coming at the end of this month. So it'll have all I believe it'll have the Mark V. It'll have the Gear Zulu. What was before the Gear Zulu? I don't remember. Whatever. Was it the Goof?
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. So it'll have those three, and then the special sticker. I guess I can say it here. Will be Tim's airdrop. Yeah. So we got the bust of Tim Child of Mecha's airdrop. Will be the Jesta. Will be the special sticker actually for that pack.
He posted on Instagram an image of that already.
Okay.
Didn't he?
All right. I don't know.
So, or maybe a sketch that he was working on it anyway.
Maybe. Yeah. So that will be the special sticker in that pack, which is, I think, pretty cool that we'll get that.
There you go. Yep. All right. Let me see here. This one, I can't read the name, but he said least favorite MG kit. Least favorite MG.
Least. Least.
For me, I would just say, just without thinking about it for too long, maybe the Master Grade Goof Custom, because I love that suit in the anime, but the Master Grade just kind of,
I hated the original Alex kit.
Oh yeah, I've not built it, but I've only heard bad things.
I hated building that thing, but that was
yeah. All right, let's switch over then to Facebook. Let's get some of these questions here from Facebook before we do our giveaway here in a little bit.
Yep.
All right, Rebecca said, it's a question for me. Let's see. I was wondering if you filmed your end card on a boat on the Dotonbori River in Osaka. Yes, Rebecca, that's absolutely true. The outro for my video is that little bit of footage there. Yes, it's from a boat on the Dotonbori River in Osaka. That's exactly right.
Cool.
Good eye. But it's a fairly recognizable place. If you've been to Osaka, you've probably seen that before. Connor asked, hey guys, Adam, what Gundam anime deserves a reboot, a remaster? 8th MS Team is where my heart is at.
Yeah, I would say 8th MS Team. Stardust Memory, I think, would be cool as well to have maybe a reboot. The original Gundam, I think would be cool. If they continued Origin through it, that's just, I mean, my opinion, I guess. If they did that and just like continued Origin into the rest and just finish it off, I thought that would be cool. And I thought I had heard rumors that was going to be done, but then nothing ever happened. So
yeah, definitely. I think probably without a doubt that would be the best thing for them to just continue the same origin style going through the first Gundam series. I personally would not like to see any sort of reboot or remaster of 8th MS Team. I think it's perfectly fine as it is. There's nothing like dated about the anime, where like original Gundam is definitely dated, right?
Yeah.
But 8th MS Team is not. It doesn't have that. I think it's fine as it is. Maybe Zeta Gundam though, because a lot of people love Zeta Gundam. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. It was good, but I think if they redid that, then maybe a lot more people, maybe including myself, could maybe enjoy it some more if it was kind of redone, maybe with no, I don't want to say improved animation, because then it sounds like the original animation was bad, but it wasn't bad. But just redone in a maybe slightly different animation style, updated animation style, updated music and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it could be good. All right. Danielle said, has COVID been good or bad for business?
COVID's been the best thing for, I think, the Gundam business. Everyone's stuck at home, need something to do. You need your kids to do, because they can't go to school, or they can't go out to summer camps and things like that. So I think Lego and model kits in general did pretty well.
Yeah. Here's a really good one, very interesting one here from Mighty Joe Plump. He said, if you had a chance to give input for a new Gundam series, but have to change it up somehow from the norm, like for example G Gundam for its fighting theme, or Build Divers for its game setting, what would you both like to see that would be different? This can range from setting to mechanics to story, for example. So like a not traditional Gundam anime.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I would like to see something like, Moi-san, who does the designs for the Nachin tanks. If you guys follow him on Twitter, he also does a bunch of like his own kind of takes on different Gundam designs, and they're really cool. And they're a bit kind of, well, I don't really know what to compare them to, really, but they're very unique Gundam designs. So I would love to see like some Gundam anime. It's sort of, they remind me sort of like a Reconquista NG, where they're like kind of like futuristic setting, where they have like the whole space elevator thing and like that. So that sort of like setting, but with like some of the designs like what Moi-san does, would be really cool. Yeah. Check that out if you guys are interested. I don't have any images offhand that I could show you, for example, but let's see if I can.
Story-wise, I think it's hard, because Gundams you have to have a war of some sort.
Some sort of conflict.
Yeah, something like that, or else why would you need to have giant mechs with big guns? But what would that conflict look like? That's hard, because that's difficult. Seed, I think, did a good job of making you like both sides to a certain extent. I think the original Gundam, you were supposed to not like Zeon. Altogether. G Gundam, I think, did a good job with having like the competitions and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe different. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly,
I can show you some here of Moi's, like a Zaku take, for example.
That's cool.
Like this. And he's got a bunch of them. It looks like he was putting them all out.
Yeah,
these are different Zaku variants, but he's got other Gundam ones as well too. So these very interesting ones like that. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see a series on his. I don't know if I can find any more Gundam ones on here, but check him out on Twitter. He's often like reposting his stuff. So
yeah, very good artist.
Yeah, definitely. I saw he's got these as well too. His retake of the Evangelions as well too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you can maybe have a Gundam series where we are fighting an alien race. That'd be kind of. I don't think they've done that. It's always been man against man, but maybe like an alien race that we're going against.
They did that, I guess, a little bit in the 00 movie, right? I've not seen it, but everyone says don't watch it.
I haven't seen it, so I have no idea what the storyline is for it. Yeah.
William had an interesting comment there saying Demolition Derby series. Maybe not necessarily that, but something related to like
maybe a battle royal.
Yeah, or like kind of like just people like building their own stuff. So maybe it wouldn't be quite the same like scale, but like smaller designs. I guess then it wouldn't really be Gundam if they're not 20 meters tall, right?
Right.
I don't know. Something like that. Sort of like how in Stardust Memory you had the guy at the junkyard who built the Valwalo mobile armor, the big red mobile armor.
Yep.
That sort of thing, like where you have like junk factions fighting each other. Something sort of like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Al asked, have you ever considered doing metallic or holographic monthly stickers?
Yes. So I've had an idea. When you get into metallic stickers, they cost way more than regular stickers to get into the finance aspect of it. So if we do a metallic sticker, it'll probably be in a sticker pack as a special sticker, like a Fenix or something like that. I think it would be cool as a metallic.
Yeah.
Because your sticker goes from, these stickers range from 20 cents to 40 cents depending on the size of them. The minute you make them holographic, it jumps up to $1 something per sticker. And I mean, that is a lot to put in a box to give away on every single package. If we do 10,000 packages a month, that's $10,000 you kind of, gave away. So it's, yes, I have thought about that. Yes, we will probably get them, but it will probably be as a special sticker in a sticker pack. The sticker pack, the price won't change, even though maybe the cost for us as a business to make that sticker pack would change, but the cost per sticker pack would never change to the consumer because it's the goal is to get you something cool that you put on something, and then honestly, those stickers are more of a marketing thing for all of us businesses because you take a picture of your model kit with our sticker there, you just advertise for us. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so that's why all of these businesses give out stickers for for that purpose, and we can write that off as more of an advertising type thing. Yeah.
You guys all remember the Journeys stickers?
Yeah.
Journeys stickers with all the different logos and stuff.
Yeah. See, that's that marketing thing has been around forever. The stickers, it's nothing new. So yeah, I think it's fun. I think a long time ago, there was a certain builder that wanted to get sponsored by us, and then he said that he gave us the sticker idea. But yeah, I was like, how can you give us the idea that's been around for ever? So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kyle asked, what is the best way for beginners to get into painting their Gunpla? What resources or tools do they need to be sure they have on the front end? And how quickly can they expect to use up materials? That's a lot there, but
I don't know what you think. Me, I would just say go to an airbrush. Honestly, I mean, you can get cheaper airbrushes that you don't. For me, you don't need an expensive airbrush to do Gunpla. I mean, you're basically painting bigger parts. You're not really doing tiny details. I personally do the tiny details with a paintbrush. So, I mean, you can get pretty much everything you need off of Amazon or from other stores. I mean, we sell some stuff like the spray booth. We sell stuff like that. I mean, you can get going within like 2 or 3 days. Make sure you're in a nice ventilated area. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to dump a whole lot of money to get started painting Gunpla. And you don't need a whole crap ton of tools. Basically an airbrush, probably some sort of spray booth, little alligator clip things to hold up your parts so you're not painting your hand while you're holding your parts. Maybe gloves, and then some sort of styrofoam block that you can get for like $2 at Michael's or something like that you can stick the clips in and then paint.
A styrofoam block or cardboard, either one.
Yeah.
Styrofoam doesn't require it to do anything, which is nice. But I've done a video, for example, on just making your own out of cardboard, which is super simple.
Yeah, check that video out.
So you can do that. I would say too, maybe I would agree that you should move into using an airbrush sooner than later. If you want to paint, don't put off getting an airbrush for too long if you can. It depends on your living situation. Some people just don't have the space or the proper ventilation, whatever, to be able to airbrush. So that's understandable. But I would say maybe just at least for your first kit or two, maybe just try painting with just spray cans, just to get like the very basic feeling of applying paint on parts through the air rather than with a paintbrush, just to kind of get the feeling for having to clip the parts on your alligator clips, like you said, and then having to spray them, and then the care that you have to put in to handle the parts carefully, so you're not just scratching the parts and everything, scratching the paint off the parts and reassembling the kit. So just to kind of get the basic feeling for working with painted parts, and then just get an airbrush sooner than later. You might think that it's a lot of cost to get everything all set up, and it's very confusing and complicated, but as I very often point out, that if you stick with using spray cans for too long, it's actually going to cost you a lot more money to use spray cans. They're not cheap unless you're using like really cheap spray paint, which is also not recommended. So yes, and there's a bunch of information out online. Kyle, if you private message me, I can give you a bunch more information about that and some links and things like that. But Nigan said, what's the chance of getting free shipping back? The old requirement is $200. If you change the minimum to maybe $300 or up, we'll get free shipping ?
Hopefully in the near future we can bring that back. There's been a lot of shipping. The price of shipping has gone up for everybody in the world. It costs more to get the items shipped here. It costs more for us to ship the items to people. The boxes have gone up by 20% US wide. So just the price of the box we put the stuff in has gone up. And then the way we had our shipping prices before is there's different tiers. So you paid either $8.99, $9.99, or $12.99, depending on the weight of the item and where it was going. Making that all down to $9.99 flat might have increased shipping $1 for some people, but it actually lowered the shipping for everybody. And getting that free shipping not being there allowed us to be able to do that and break even pretty much with our shipping. It might cost us $20 to ship something to California, but it with that, us not having that free shipping, we're kind of breaking even with that. I hope to bring that back soon. Hopefully, the big thing was the boxes going up is what kind of hurt a lot of online retail businesses. Your when a box price goes up 20%, that's a big jump for corrugated cardboard. And that's just things that people don't even know. That no one would know unless you're in this business, that cardboard went up and how much that will affect people. So weird things like that for logistics purposes, but hopefully soon we can bring that back. I would think cardboard would probably go back down later this year. A lot of box manufacturers couldn't get the stuff from China. Now stuff is opening up a lot more, so they're able to get their supplies back in. Even like glue for the boxes. I mean, a lot of glue for boxes is made in Texas. Texas froze over a few weeks back, so then a lot of cardboard companies had a hard time getting that glue. I know this might be boring for a lot of people, but these are things you deal with in business, is glue for boxes. Yep.
Right. Well, all right. So let me see here. There's just a couple of quick things. Last couple of quick questions here we'll take from Facebook, and then we'll do our giveaway.
Yeah.
Robert wanted to know, can you make it so that you can enlarge the pictures of the products on the website, especially items like resin detail kits? It's hard to read the dimensions of the tiny pictures, for example.
Yeah, definitely. We can put that in the works for sure. We'll write that down.
Enlarge pictures.
Yeah.
And also Brandon wants to ask about our opinion on titanium finish kits. Is it a lame gimmick or worthwhile buys for snap building collectors?
I don't like them, but that's me. It basically depends on you. I would think if you like the way they look, then you like the way they look and they're worth it to you. So it just depends on what you like, I think, is the best answer to that.
Right. Yes. And as far as how worthwhile they would be, I mean, again, it's not something that I'm interested in either, but what would be a thing that would concern me about it is which kit we're talking about. Because like, for example, the master grade Unicorn Verka, the original one, like nothing's undergated on it. So it's got terrible nub marks all over the thing on it. So any plated version, the titanium finish, any other plated version of it, of the Banshee, the Phoenix, for example, they all just have terrible nubs. So I mean, like in my opinion, that wouldn't be worthwhile because it just looks bad once you get all the parts cut off. But if it's a kit where everything's undergated, or at least all the armor is undergated, then you don't need to worry about that quite as much. Or like, for example, there was the Sazui Verka MG titanium finish. I did do a review of that, so you guys can find that on my channel, where it didn't have a ton of undergating, but for the most part, it was pretty good. So I mean, it just depends on the kit. Try to find a review online if you can, or at least some photos of like not the production photos, but like photos of someone actually built, so you can see how it looks. And yeah, like Adam said, if you think it looks good, then go for it. They're expensive because of the processing that they go through. But if you don't paint, if you normally just snap build and collect, and you like the way it looks, then yeah. But try to find images of it like from an actual builder, not just Bandai's promotional images, so you can see how it will actually look out of the box. All right, let's do some giveaway.
Yes. Real quick, while you're doing that, I don't know if you saw. I'm gonna share my screen. Share screen. I don't know if you saw this. So we did a post on Facebook for people to draw the potatoes. And yeah, so you had to turn a potato into something. I don't know.
Yes.
All right, let me know if okay. All right,
well, we're in the loop there.
But I don't know if you saw that.
That's awesome.
Yes. So we were supposed to turn a potato into a Gundam, and then was it Dennis?
There you go.
Did this one, and I thought it was hilarious. So
that's great. Peter Aurelius and Spud USA Gundam Store.
Yeah. They even did my headphones that I have on, which is great. Yeah.
Very nice. Yes.
So kudos.
The glasses are placed too far. I mean, he should have moved the face like way down to account for this whole forehead up here. That would have been perfect.
No.
But yes, very nice. All right. Yeah, there was some good ones.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. Let's get our random number generator here.
Chris, my tabs. Yeah, that's just one of my screens. That's not even. I got 3 screens in here, and I got probably that many tabs on each one. So,
yes. Okay, so first off, we're going to be choosing which site we're going to be drawing the winner from. 1 would be Facebook, 2 would be Instagram, 3 would be YouTube. There we go. 1. So from Facebook today, which we had 89. It's a little winners. 69.
69. There you go.
Billy Madison is laughing somewhere. So it's closer to the end, so I'm going to count up from the bottom.
There you go. You count up. You said there's 80, so what, 20?
89.
89. So
while we're doing that, or while I'm counting, let me just see if there's any questions in the chat that you guys can take. Someone ask a question to Adam. Here's Sean's question. SMS and E7 paints restock around April. You answer that while I'm counting.
Yeah, so SMS is shipped out to us. It actually shipped out. I don't know if it's left the port there in Australia, but I know that it left SMS's facility 2 weeks ago or maybe last week. E7 should honestly be here any day. We have a huge shipment restock of that literally is just waiting to get released from customs. It's here in the US, so that should arrive any day, which is pretty cool. I know SMS, it usually takes a few weeks from the time it leaves Australia to get here. So I'd be more likely to tell you the end of this month or early next month that restock will arrive. And that I know Scott sent us half of our order, and then the other half, I believe he said was getting finished up pretty shortly. So we should start getting restocks every month from SMS versus every like 3 or 4 months. So we should hopefully keep getting that regularly in stock, which is nice.
Okay, I'm ready. I had to recount there. Aaron, congratulations, yeah. Aaron. When is the RG High News supposed to be released? We don't know yet, right?
Nope. There's no info on the price or release date on that.
Congratulations, Aaron.
Yeah. Aaron, if I don't know if he's here, but if you hopefully are watching this, send us an email to our support at usagundamstore.com, letting us know that you are the winner. We just need a screenshot. What was that, from Facebook? Yep. Just letting the screenshot. We don't need any personal information. We just need to know that it is you. So somehow get us a screenshot of your being logged into Facebook to prove that that's you. And then we just need to make sure that the address we have, if you've ordered from us, what address we're sending it to. So please email that over to support@usagundamstore.com, and then we can get that shipped out to you. And congrats. Yeah.
Congrats. Yes.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah. Really nice. Those particular Trans Am versions, I think those are the best looking Trans Am versions of those ones that are molded in that kind of high gloss, like metallic injected. Some people don't really like the metallic injected plastic, but I think for the Trans Am kits, it does look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks nice. And that super bright green for the clear parts and everything as well, too. Very cool. All right, guys. So, of course, we didn't make it through all the questions. There was a lot. And a lot of you guys, we usually like to take some time to answer more questions from you guys watching live as well, too. So I'm sorry we weren't able to get to too many of you guys' live questions today. There's a lot. So I'll try to plan the time a little bit better next time to take some more questions from you guys, but it's going to be about it for today. Adam, anything else?
No, thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys for all your patience. When we were a little backed up, I mean, we're running smooth now for the last month. So if you get an order in, usually now it's shipping same day if you place it early. Next day if you place it a little later in the day. But no, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So thank you guys so much. And if we didn't get to your question, we'll have another one of these in 2 weeks. Send that same question in, and hopefully we get to it then.
Yes. And just a reminder, of course, about the contest. Contest is ongoing. You guys, even if you've not started anything yet, you still have more than a month.
Yeah.
So you've still got plenty of time. Got a month and a half still left on that. More than that, actually.
Yeah.
So check that out. We talked about it in the last episode here on this channel, or if you go over to my channel, there's the video I did explaining the rules about it as well too, and then also the update video I did the other day. where we added some more prizes, and I clarified a couple things as well too. So make sure you guys got all the info on that and enter.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of entries, it seems like, so we're gonna have a lot of cool kits to look at when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
We'll have to do an episode where just we'll look at some entries on here.
Yeah.
It'd be fun
for sure
here on the show. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you all so much, Adam.
Thank you.
As always, good time, and we'll see you guys all next time.
All right. See ya,
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.